Howdy folks, welcome to episode 77, and today we're going to get all of this stuff put together and go up to the water thing. And I was looking at that, and I think we're just going to fix, I know we kind of just cheesed building the, why is it already open? Yeah, it's already open. Yeah, it's braked. Apparently braked. Okay. Let's go like this, reverser. All right, we got it. Cool. But yeah, let me turn this down. So what I'm thinking is, if you look up here, we can just go from like here to here instead of, I mean, we just kind of cheese that, you know? So we'll just uncheese it. We'll see how that works. It's still a little tough. I think it's going to be a little tough, but it's also probably a good idea to load all the water up first anyway, because that's going to be the hardest part to get past. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Oh, perfect timing again. Okay. So, we got to go all the way past this on the other side. So we got to go past both these switches. Yep. So past that one. And this one that we're on. There we go. Alright. Hopefully nothing breaks off. Oh, and let's see. Do we need to pick these up first? We can pick those up. We'll just do the other way. Okay. Let's go like this. I'm going to somehow regret that. We'll find out. The box cars, because these ones are the ones that will carry the meat, and that's going to be in the middle of a thing. That's a drive-by loading. There's nothing where we have to like back up into all this stuff, right? Okay. I don't think there is. Okay, so we'll just do it. There we go. All right. Fix this. Okay. So that's the plan, and I'm gonna do a little. So we'll get all this hooked up, and then I'm gonna rebuild a little bit of track. It's just that that little loop segment. I'm gonna take out that loop that goes through the water because, like I said, we kind of cheesed on that anyway. So instead of it being ridiculous like that, we'll kind of keep it a little bit more realism friendly, shall we call it? All right. Yeah, we'll get this put together, and then everything should be happy, and then we're good to go all the way up. All right. So let's make sure. Might as well switch that one too. We're just going to let this coast. Let's go back here. We'll watch this do its thing. So we just need to get onto this track. So it's only the first switch we need to get past, which is this one right here. There we go. Okay. So it's just that switch, because that'll put us on. Yep. Okay. And then we're going to go like this. All right. Let's back up into this. Might as well just go. I'm going to have to slow down and stretch this out. Put all the cars in tension before we, there we go. We'll put all the cars in tension before we connect. Looks like we're going to end up being close to 5 miles an hour by the time we get there anyway. Let's see. Is there anything else? I'm just trying to see if I forgot anything. Alright, so let's do this to get it stretched out a little. There we go. Okay, now we should be able to just coast the rest of the way. And hopefully these are all not jammed into each other. Although I suppose that's going to be interesting when all that energy hits, isn't it? Alright, cool. Then we're going to push back to this. Push that switch. There we go. Okay. Cool. It's a little bit of a push here. And then I think we were going to put in this turn too. So we can do that too. We can do a little bit of building. Got a whole lot of track here. It's like there's nothing other than just train tracks. There's no roads, no nothing, you know. Just imagine, it's like the Borg planet, you know, where everything is just railroad tracks. Alright. You can do this. Okay, so we're going to back up to here. Whoops. So we get a better sense of where we are. And this should get us our 40 cars, I think. That is really long. Can we still hear the... Yep, we can still hear the whistle. I love that. These brakes, I swear these brakes are not proportional. They're like, you know, exponential or whatever. It's like 100% is like 10 times as much brakes as 99%. Okay. Because I've tried stuff like putting it on 6% and it's like it does nothing. There we go. All right. Huh. Can you feel the chop? All right, so do we want to go... That's perfect, because that leaves us with room to come up here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump out, and we're going to come up here, and we're going to put a connector from here to here. We're going to do a little building. And then we'll take our giant 40-car train. So we want to connect from over here somewhere. Let's see what we have as far as switches. Let's see what we have as far as where the track splits. That's totally a quality of life thing. You should be able to split the track. Okay, so if we go there, how's that look? Yeah, that's realistic. Okay. That's a decent place to do it. Alright, and so then we're gonna... Can we Oh, did it? Okay. That's not one that's planned, that's a real one. Okay. We're gonna take that out. Wow. That was a really long segment of track, wasn't it? Okay. We're gonna put our track in here, and we're going to go over to here somewhere. I just want to see where we can put our switch, where we want to put the switch. See, there's a switch there, but that's way too far. Okay, so somewhere over here. So let's go like this. I don't think we're going to find a break in the track that's over here. So I think we'll just make our own. This is a good spot for it. Yep, that's totally fine. Okay, so we're going to delete this track and this track, and then we're going to connect everything back together. So this should be able to like do this in all one loop. It's like this traveling salesman's problem, right? I know it was weird, wasn't it? That actually connected. Didn't give me a hard time about it. This and this. Hopefully those are all clean. We're going to find out really quickly if they aren't. And then this one to here. It's so weird. They're all connecting now. And then this one back to here. See, I had to say something. All right. Do that. There we go. Okay, so we just need to double check and make sure that we don't have any trash on the tracks. This one's new, so we'll check this one. Get rid of that. This is a really long segment. It would have been nice to split that up. I can't believe they don't have a subdivide tool. It's really not that hard to program. Okay. All right. I mean, that's like doing string manipulation, you know? It's just one of those things where you don't pre-calculate it. You just kind of go back and forth, and you try it, you run it, you write it, you run it, and see how it works. Oh, I was off by one. I got an off by one error. All right. That and that thing right there. That thing is definitely going to be, yep. Okay. That one's fine. That one out of there. And I think that's everything. Good. Yep. And then this, whoa. What was that? Was that this thing? It must have been this thing. I swear I saw a rock sticking out of the thing, but it must have been just the way this angled. Okay, because I started looking away. I was looking up at this switch, and because this switch is like in totally the wrong place. We could make this switch go this way too. Let's go like this, and we're gonna put in a left switch like that, because then later on we can connect this to up here. So coming down here, you can go that way or whatever. Not sure why you would want to go that way, because if you're coming from there, you've already been up here. But that's okay. All right, so this switch is going to go this way. This one's this way. We're going to set up all of our switches so that when we do take off, we're ready to go the correct direction. Okay, so we're going to come up here. We're going to go this way, I think, and up here, and through there, and then around this corner. Yep, and then up to here, and then through here. So this is where we need to redo stuff too. So we're going to go back over here. I love how you're always so disoriented on this thing too. You come out of that and it's just like, you ever have that where you like wake up, you take a nap and you wake up and you have no idea, you know, you're just completely like lost. What is my name? What's a name? You know, that kind of thing. All right, so let's just get rid of this because it's pretty stupid. Okay, so we're gonna go, we want to go along the shore so that we have a nice smooth turn here. Turn that off. Like this. There we go. Okay, that's much better. And then this is going to come up here. And then it's going to go out to here. All right, let's get rid of this track here. And then that switch. I'm not sure if that switch even needs to be there anymore. What purpose is it going to serve, right? Let's get rid of this switch and this segment right here so that we can fix this. We'll just connect these. Be much better off this way. We won't have that weird little bump there. There we go. Okay. So then this is going to come up to over here somewhere. Is this a connection right here? This looks like a junction right here. There's a junction right here. What if we put a switch there and connect it? Nah, we'll bring it back here. Let's go like this. We want it to be about here. So up a little bit more. Yeah, that looks about right. So we're gonna put a switch over here. See if we can get it on the ground. Can we get it on the ground? I don't want it to be up in the air. I want it to be on the ground. So like this, and then we're going to delete this piece of track. You can do it. There we go. And then we're going to lay this switch again because I want it on the ground. Whoops. I don't want it. I didn't want to put it there because I wanted to be pointed. Want it to be pointing toward that. There we go. Okay, so now we get to delete all these. This one and this one. Okay, this should be much better. Let's get rid of this too. And then this stuff here before we even put on the track. Because we already know this is going to be a nightmare trying to get rid of those little ones out of there. There we go. Anything small needs to go. Okay. So, let's go like this. Connect this puppy here. And then this one here. All right, and then let's get rid of this so we can see our switch. Whoops. So we won't be able to see the switch from there. And let's get rid of this. That right there. That right there. That one there. We can't see our switch here. Okay, much better. All right, so we'll just connect this, and I think we're good to go. See. There we go. Beautiful. Nope, that one. Okay, I was just looking. There was that one that looked like it was gonna give us a bad time. All right, let's check this one more thing. Get rid of this tree. A bunch of them that were just on the edge of being problematic. There we go. Did we get it? I think we missed it. There's like 3 of them there. There we go. It's like a Christmas tree farm. All right. Cool. That's much better. See, now we should be able to come down here and not die. Okay, and then this one. This is a little sharp, isn't it? Let's see, how's that look? It is a little bit sharp. I should see if I can smooth that out at all. So I'm going to load that up in the editor. Should I? Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go do that, and I will be back in just a minute. All right, I checked in the save, and it goes from like 53 to 55, this little segment here, and it's not worth the effort to do that, so we'll just leave it. It's fine. So we're going to go back, and I think all of our switches are set. All of our switches should be set for this. So we're just going to head back. If I remember correctly, this is like a total pain too with this. Let's see, that's right. We need to actually go to a telegraph office. Where am I? Who am I? Why am I here? We'll call it the Stockdale transporter. All right. Let's see. Let's go like this. Don't worry, everybody. All my audience is old, so everybody gets that. All right. That joke didn't go over anybody's head. We're going to check. Am I not flying? There we go. I just want to check all the brakes. Okay, brakes on that are fine. 0%. 0%. 0%. That was 0? Yeah, okay. And then these should be... See, I knew we had something somewhere. Okay. And then... double check. One more. 0%. Okay, we're good. Let's get flying here. Let's get back up here before this thing drives itself off the rails or something stupid, right? Ah! F. There we go. I was trying to F it. All right. Let's see if we can get this up to the thingy. That's awesome. Let's go to the very back and see. Can we hear it? That's cool. That's really cool. We need to add some water too. I love how the tender keeps disappearing. Same thing up here. Cool. I think we found the tractive effort limit on this, huh? You think? That's pretty cool, though. I remember we did that on the Pine Valley map, and I think it was about 40 cars, and we had a little bit of a downhill that it got us going. And then we just went around the loop. I don't know if it was we or if I just did it by myself, but man, that was fun. When I figured out that it wasn't going to fly off the track anywhere, all my corners were smooth enough that it could just go in loops until it ran out of fuel. Ran out of steam, literally. Yeah, when I figured that out, it was like, I just went and sat at specific points and watched it go by. Like a total train nerd. Trainers, that's the technical term. Oh, man. Okay. Still wish you could zoom out farther on this. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. We're going to be able to do this. We do have kind of a sharp thing coming up here. No, not really. That isn't really sharp, is it? I was thinking it was going to be a much sharper turn, but that's awesome. Nope. Nothing sharp there. Nothing sharp there. It's basically until we get up here. This is like a 58 or something like that. And I checked if you can circularize that and you only get like an extra 2 meters out of it. I'm like, it's not worth it. It's not worth doing all that and reloading the save and all that stuff to try to make it perfect. So we're just going to live with it as it is. Go back to the back again. I feel like I should have a caboose on this. But I also feel like if I put a caboose on this, it's going to string line on me. Because that caboose is, I think it's heavy, if I remember correctly. It's heavy compared to these things. Can you hear the bell from here? No, you can't hear the bell. Okay. We're going to go like this. We're going to refuel while we're moving. There we go. That's cool. I like that. See, this is why I wanted to buy all the cars different colors and stuff. You see how the section of the water cars and the stock cars that are all different colors look really cool, and then the rest of it is just like, yeah, whatever, because they're all the same color. The rest of it, they're all the same color, and it's kind of meh. It's a little meh. Okay. See how far we can get with this. Looks like we're going to do okay on this corner. Yeah, this is a really smooth corner. This tree's like halfway into the thing, into the track. I'm like, have I gone around this corner and tested it to make sure it's, you know, we're not going to die? I'm just going to watch the shadows. As long as it's dark, because we can't see anything. Let's see what it looks like from the back. Can we see the engine up there? We can't even see the engine up there. It's over by the other switch. I can't even see where it is. See how far up there? Oh, it's way... There it is. Okay. That's cool. I swear it feels like we're slowing down. Alright, we still got the right way. Still going the right direction. The question is, should we turn this thing around at some point? I think this train is so long it would take a whole episode to turn it around, wouldn't it? I'm kind of thinking it would. Let's see how this looks back here. Let's see, can we turn off... Oh, that's not a generator light. That's a candle light. Okay. So we can't really turn that one off without getting out of the train and clicking on it. It's all right. It's all good. It's really struggling here. And then it's going down a hill. We suddenly went down a hill. Oh, no, that's not what it is. Okay. That's not what happened. We suddenly lost a bunch of cars. What happened here? Alright. We lost a few cars. Not sure. Did we hit the cactus, maybe? We might have hit the cactus. You know what? We're gonna get this cactus out of there. All right. You know what? I think let's go like that. I think, yeah, that's gonna be it for episode 77. Cause I'm gonna have to redo this, and we're out of time anyway. So that's gonna be it for episode 77. Wow, we suddenly sped up. Join me in 78. We'll get this all fixed up, and we'll get up to the water thing, and we'll get our water going. So yeah, join me in episode 78, and we'll see you then. Later.